What's going on, guys, and welcome to this Pokemon strategy guide based around Slaking. Now, this is a team strategy guide. As you can see, I have 3 Pokemon here. Now, this isn't a full team, of 6. Really, the other 3 Pokemon are up to you. This is just the base, the core of the team that you want to build. So, and then also, a lot of these moves here are egg moves, or they are move tutor moves. I think they're all available in the current generation, but maybe 1 or 2 may not be available. But if you can't get those moves, then you can just play on Showdown, and you'll be able to get those moves on Showdown. So anyways, for this strategy guide, your main Pokemon is Slaking, of course, and for the moves for the set, you want to have Body Slam as your main move or whatever to do a lot of damage. Most people use Giga Impact, but that won't really work out too well for the strategy guide, because after you use Giga Impact, you can't switch out on the next turn. But if you use Body Slam, you can switch out on your Truant turn, which is going to be a major deal because you want to switch into your defensive wall, your special defensive wall, depending on which Pokemon they have out at the current time. And then you have Play Rough to hit fighting types that possibly will switch in, and then Pursuit to chase ghost types if you decide to switch in on a ghost type and you predict them to switch out, then Pursuit is a good move to have. And we have Night Slash if you don't predict them to switch out and they're going to stay in, or maybe even a ghost type you predict them to switch in, then you can go for a Night Slash. Now, of course, your ability is Truant, which will force you to not be able to move every other turn. So, as I said, on your Truant turn, just switch out into one of these defensive walls, either your defensive wall or specially defensive wall. And then for the item, go with the Choice Band, and with your attack stat, Adamant, and max EVs, you're going to have an attack stat at 690, and that is completely ridiculous. Just so much power in that attack stat. All frail Pokemon will die to a Body Slam if they are not resistant to it or immune. And then also for the rest of the EVs, you want to have 4 in HP, and put the rest in speed. Go with an Adamant Nature to get the maximum amount out of your attack stat. Could go with Jolly if you want to be a little faster, but I don't see 100 base speed is really that fast, so you might as well just go with the more power, especially since it's so high after you have it with Adamant. It's just completely ridiculous. Anyways, for your defensive wall, you're going to have Knockoff to get rid of your opponents, like leftovers, anything that keeps your opponent's team alive. You want to get rid of those items very quickly. And then you want to have Will-O-Wisp to whittle down your opponent's team, also to have the attack stat of any physical attackers they have, so that way your team can survive for a very long time, and that way Slaking can come in later and do a ton of damage. Then you want to have Magic Coat if you are in there on their Stealth Rock Pokemon or Spike Pokemon, any hazards they're trying to set up. Then you can use Magic Coat to reflect that. I don't think a lot of Sableyes carry Magic Coat out there, so that could catch them off guard. Also, it's good to have that to reflect taunts if you expect like a taunt, because a taunt's going to completely shut down the set or whatever, unless you're just going to use Knockoff. And then you want to have your last move, Recover, for sustainability. Go with Prankster, obviously, to benefit these status moves. And then have your item Leftover, so that way you can stay alive as long as possible. Now for the EVs, you want to go 252 HP, and then 252 in defense, and then put the rest in special defense. Go with an Impish Nature to maximize your defense stat, because this is the defensive wall after all. Now, Sableye's defense isn't too high, but with Will-O-Wisp, that'll allow you to cut their attack stat. That will make you pretty tanky on the defensive side. Now, as for your special defensive wall, you want to have Sludge Bomb, Scald, Venom Drench, Toxic Bites. Now, you want to have Sludge Bomb and Poison Point and Toxic Bites to get poison. Now, that's 3 ways of getting your opponent poison, and then that will allow you to benefit Venom Drench or whatever. If they are poisoned, then you can lower their attack stat, special attack stat, and speed stat by 1, and that's quite deadly because that lowers all 3 of those stats at once. So since you're able to do that, that will either force them to switch out, or they will have to stay in, and then you can switch out into something that can benefit, maybe, you know, even set up or whatever, if that's one of the 3 of your other Pokemon or something. Then you have Scald if you want to fish for burns or something, lower their defense, their physical attack stats, so that way you can defensively take hits better. And then go with the item Black Sludge to get more sustainability, and that will allow you to live quite a long period of time with the 252 EVs in HP, and then 252 EVs in special defense, and then, you know, put the rest in defense. And with that Calm Nature, you're just going to be able to take special attacks for quite a while. Especially if you get them poisoned and then, you know, Venom Drench them or something, then you can stall them out or whatever. That's basically it for this strategy guide. Other than the 3 other Pokemon, I do recommend that you get like 2 special attackers and 1 physical attacker. Really good special attackers and physical attackers, just all pure offense, and that'll really benefit this team a lot. But yeah, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day, and goodbye.